Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strategy Guide, where we show you how to get strategic victories and tactical victories in your favorite video games.
An unmanned cyber naval force is passing through the Marcon Delta to deliver a
Hey guys, M12 Warthog Gaming here. I am back with another video, and today we are going to be playing the not the UEF, but the Luminant
The blockade is in place.
campaign for Strategy Guide on Supreme Commander 2.
When the Cybran stop.
Now what we're gonna do is get the engineers to build mass extractors first along with your ACU, have one engineer go ahead and convert 2 other mass extractors, and then from there we will start pumping out air and land units to go over onto the water and attack the enemy forces that will appear there.
Okay, the Cybrans are within radar range. Get your units into position.
So first step,
Factory's up and running ASAP.
mass extractors,
No, what hit him?
like I always do. Now this one, of course, does not make any, but he will convert 2 over here, which is going to be away from the combat. This one's going to be on patrol here. Then we're going to get our land units, and then we're going to go right here onto the water. Now your ACU should now be able to build a factory for making all of your units. Now what I'm doing is I am making a energy generator, and we're probably going to want 4 or 5 of those. Maybe 5 to 6, I think. And then 4 or 5 of the research stations is what I was thinking of. Okay. We want to get research done early on. We want to reduce cost of land, air, and structures first. Then we're going to go to ACU, get the radar, and on the top row, then we're going to unlock the energy and the mass income as well. So we want to get all these factory add-ons. And now we need to make more energy generators. And we now have a mass extractor, which is actually quite good, I guess. Now, up here on this ridge, you're definitely going to want some AA to be put in place. But we are going to have to wait until we can get some more energy and resources for that. Okay. We got a tech catch. That means we got more radar range, I guess, for now. Right now I need more energy output, so I'm gonna have them make more energy. Now what I'm going to have this one do is just go around and reclaim a bunch of mass.
The Cybrans have reached the blockade.
Yes, they have.
Everything you have in the water and hit him hard.
Now we're going to do something, make one of each, and repeat the build. Okay, I had to disable the build for the sole purpose of making some energy shields for the protection of the base. Now what I want to do is increase more production and have a factory and get one of those up and running as well. Now, of course, before we make this one, we want to set up some engineers out of this base and get some more AA in place. Now, I'm going to probably have maybe put down another AA myself down here and then convert the other two over here. Peak build. Have the rally point be there. And our last and final energy generator. Now we need to wait a while to get some more. Mass for our research stations, which is sort of an important thing to do. Now this one's gonna pretty much patrol anywhere in between there and this point over here, and it's gonna reclaim all the mass over there. And you pretty much, with all the destruction around, you probably want at least one engineer that's full time just reclaiming mass and extracting mass from destroyed stuff as well. Now, I'm going to put a few AA turrets up here, but we're not going to get as much traffic as we are up here. We may get the occasional gunship or fighter or bomber come in here, but it's not really a big concern and something you don't necessarily need to worry about. Now I'm going to set this unit on patrol to reclaim all of this stuff over here. This one's hard at work reclaiming mass over there. I believe we're doing well in the beginning. Once you get all this base stuff online, it's really not going to be that difficult. And one of the main reasons why I really put AA up here is because mass extractors are very important, because you don't have a whole lot of upgrades that can increase your production of resources or decrease the resource cost. So you sort of have to rely on mass extractors, and that's why I have all this AA in place. Now what we're going to do is move our units much closer to these boats. That way they're attacking them and not just letting them destroy our naval blockade, which is the main thing that we need to block. Okay, now that we've converted that, I want to convert this, the intel station after that, and then the long-range point defenses in that order. Getting another research station out and running is probably the best thing to do, but I now have more mass, and what I want to do now is increase the training of my ground units. Now I want my ACU to assist the building of these ground units over here. Have this engineer over here assist the air units here. Actually, I'd rather have him reclaim this thing over here. Now what I want him to do is to patrol this area and reclaim all the mass around here. And now, I'm going to set up an air factory here. It's going to make a bunch of engineers to assist the factories in their builds, and so forth. Weapon range has been increased. I need to increase damage output and a few other things as soon as possible.
I'm picking up an incoming command-class aircraft carrier.
We're going to combat that with an experimental Sea Hunter if we can get one in time. Otherwise, it's going to tear our army to shreds. Okay.
This is bad. An experimental Soul Ripper is in
I
the
don't
air. It's heading
need-
in your direction.
Bring it on.
I only really need the shield and the AA turret for this one. And I'm also going to have this one make 2 engineers. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is, where did I set the rally point? Okay, I guess I set the rally point somewhere over here. Okay. Want the rally point for all of these things to actually be moved up to here. Now we just need 5 more and we'll get our experimental Sea Hunter. And that calls for another research station to be made. Okay. So now what I want to do is get... Let me think. What do I need to do? Okay, get these 2 engineers to support the factories down here. And I made a separate factory because I don't want to stop production or units that were constantly being sent to the front line. And I'm just going to have this repeat build, but I'm going to have them stay here instead of go off and fight. As a matter of fact, what I want to do is have them go here for their rally point, and then we'll get groups of 10 or so and send them all out at once instead of just sending one as soon as it's made to the fighting zone. That Soul Ripper is going to be destroyed. It ran away. Okay. Now for the intel station, like I said earlier, and then we'll go for the ground point defenses. I want to patrol this area and grab all the mass and stuff from here. Okay.
Yes. The Sea Hunter is deadly against boats and land targets. It can be built at an experimental factory.
Now we're gonna make an experimental factory because we need it. And experimental sea hunters will definitely change the tide of war in our favor. Okay. Not gonna repeat the build on that, but we're gonna have 5 there anyway. And I think 1 or 2 of them should do it. Get this Soul Reaper to get shot down. Shoot down the Soul Reaper.
Crash and burn. The Soul Ripper is down.
Okay, our army got tanked. Like, our army is... wow. It got downsized a lot. Okay. What we need to do to combat that, though, is get more units out there. We're sending them out at a pretty fast rate. Even still, I'm going to have this one assist that. We are no longer going to make any more research facilities and increase all of our training. I'm going to unlock that. I don't think we really need to get anything else. Okay. These sea hunters, though. We're gonna need these badly. Okay, what do I do now? I'm gonna check up on my land units. Okay. I got a little bit of everything. Regroup. Wanna make sure I get everything. I am now getting an experimental sea hunter out onto the water. I do not need anti-matter shield or overcharge. My ACU will not be going into combat, but just in case, I'll upgrade them anyway. Now, if we look at this, the Sea Hunter pretty much has these things following it that also attack as well as the ship itself. It literally just did more damage to those 3 ships than the rest of my army that I have here combined at the moment. Need them to regroup here. I have some backup units there that we'll send out once we get at least 20 of them or so. Something that will put a dent in their army when the time comes and when it's necessary, though. Just checking up on the research. And now the main thing is to use the radar to see what else is coming, but I think this is the last wave. And yes, we got sink or swim, which means we got a victory here. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this Shred Guide. If you did, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.